Has that period informed the kind of lens that you've been using to look at your work?
For sure. Again, we were talking with Ngala before this, and I was telling him about the time that I joined the newsroom was right after the 2005 referendum, when a lot of the stuff that we saw in 2007 onward kind of started being brewed then, right?
Yeah.
In this incredibly contested referendum that split government right in the middle, and formed the basis for this juggernaut of an opposition versus this very, conservative government, as well as informing some of the perhaps more negative tropes and narratives that became part of the 2007 election. In the newsroom, what it felt like was observing people kind of preparing for war. And you'd often think that the newsroom is the most neutral place and space where the kinds of ideas that you hear outside kind of don't filter through.
Right.
But that was the exact opposite, right? So without going too much into the story, I lived through that period and became very jaded about the kinds of things that people see on TV vis-a-vis how they're created. There's a lot of manipulation,
right?
Yeah. And not in the marionette kind of way that people think the media manipulated. When someone says something, we just report it.
Yeah.
No, it's much more insidious.
Right.
Ngala told me, of course, this is a global phenomenon, but when it comes to the way our politics is practiced in front of everybody and through the media, for sure, that it left me feeling kind of jaded. But secondly, and I think most importantly, it completely changed my idea of power in this country.
Right.
And how it's interpreted in the media. And so the majority of the work that we do is focused on the public, on the public interest, and trying to reframe that relationship of power by speaking about those issues and giving that voice to the people who actually live through or at the sharp end of problems. Because when you're at that, part of the stratosphere as a politician or as a leader or a captain of industry, everything seems very theoretical, very bland, very easy to move around as I would this glass, right? But it's a completely different kettle of fish when you look at it from the point of view of the people who are living through that. That is the problem with 2007, from my point of view. The problem is we have never gotten over it because the people's experience of it is it's a toy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you will have someone who's lived through a very traumatic experience, being paraded in front of politicians to speak their truth, say never again. But the reason that they are there is not the reason that they think that they are there. It's to play something completely different. So in terms of informing my view on journalism and my worldview generally, 2007 was pivotal. It can't have, I don't think I could have lived through anything else that would have shaped my journalism as 2007.
Wow.